Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of the Funlocked Ironman. When we left off the last time around, we had just unlocked Law Runes, finished up a nice little mini grind at Guardians of the Rift to get us a starter stack of runes here, and we had jumped out into the wilderness. The plan here is to kill about 48 lava dragons so we can end up with protection prayers, but we'll see how that goes, and let's jump into the video.
As we can see here, this is actually one of the reasons to do this at a low level. These guys actually can't attack me, even though they are PKers, so just another good reason to be doing that.
The sandwich lady just killed me. I went to dismiss her, and it drugged me right into the path of the dragon. You've got to be kidding me. What? No way. Get out of here, lady. Okay, so we're getting back up here. Here's our gravestone, but I don't know exactly what's all going to be in it. Everything except our food. Okay, so we now have no food here, but we kept our bones, at least. So that's good, but that's very annoying. I cannot believe that happened. So I don't think we're going to end up sticking around here. We're going through about 50 runes per kill, which is just a little bit expensive for this. We only have 2 or 3 bones after all this time, and I'm realizing just how limiting our lack of mobility and transport options up here is. So I think that our time is best spent elsewhere. So let's hit the pause button here and move on to something else.
34 strength while we continue on with this mammoth's task we had assigned to us a while ago.
And yeah, obviously we're using melee right now. Doesn't seem to be working very well. My hunch is we're going to end up switching to mage here. We could flinch these guys, but they have a lot of HP, so I really don't want to flinch them. We also have a lot of food supplies from our agility run, and we are, being here at the Mammoths, we're very close to the Enclave, so we have a bank that's very close to us and easy to get away from PKers, so I don't care about going through too much food, but don't really want to burn through it all and don't want to flinch them, so my hunch is we are swapping over to mage. And yeah, mage is definitely the play here. So we actually can sit here and safe spot these guys with Wind Blast. Thanks to the elemental spell rework, we actually hit the same with Wind Blast as we could with Fire Blast, so no need to burn up the fire runes. We can just camp our air staff here. The other nice thing with mammoths is we can stack up big bones. They're not lava dragon bones, of course, but they are still worth a decent amount of prayer XP up at the Chaos Altar eventually. And if we could even get, not to 43 prayer, but even if we could get to protect from missiles, that would be a big help. So let's settle in here for a nice little grind.
Okay, so that finishes up the mammoth task. Was probably not worth it. It took quite a while. It was a long grind. We did, though, get 2 Laren's keys, which is awesome. We can check those out. We have several seeds, which will be useful, even some tree seeds, so acorns, some orange trees, apple trees, limport seeds will be big, of course. But yeah, some nice seeds here. And we did, of course, pick up all the bones, so we are at 85 big bones, which should help out. Might go do those now, depending on how busy we think things are. We did get 1 full prayer pot out of the whole deal, so not very efficient, but it was fun, something new to check out, and pretty cool.
And that's 36 Slayer, but I also think that is the end of our time here in the wilderness for now, potentially. Really thought these Ankus would be super quick, but that's maybe just because I'm used to how fast Anku tasks are on my main. We have been out here for a little while, and without protection prayers, we are going through like roughly 2 manta rays per Anku kill. You can see we went through a bunch there. And I really don't want to spend all of the food that we banked up on that agility grind on just low-level wilderness slayer mobs. I'd rather put it towards something a little more useful, or save it up for a time where we have a little bit more impact that it can make on the account. So I think that we're likely just gonna head back to the Enclave and just do some thinking on what we want to happen right now, because I don't think Wilderness Slayer is what we're gonna be at for a little while. We just need to get some stats up and see what we want to do.
Good morning, everybody. Okay, so decision made here. Been bank standing for a little while, just trying to figure out what to do. Knocked out these very few gems we have here. But decision has been made. We're going to head back to Temperos. I enjoy that boss. It's pretty fun. And we still need to keep getting our fishing level up. We have lots of blighted food for being out in the wilderness, but we don't have all that much actual food for here. We do want to get our fishing into the 70s before we start harvesting out of that rewards pile, just so that we're, not lowballing the food that we get. Although we do need to consider our fishing level or our cooking level with that, because we don't want to get a bunch of food that we cannot cook, actually. So that's something else we need to keep in mind, but I don't think it'll be that big of an issue. But right now we're going to go back to Temperos for I don't know how long, just until we get bored of it, I guess. So I'll check back in a little while.
And a very quick detour here on the way to Temperos. We found the first ever shooting star that we can mine on this account. So we're going to stop and just mine this until it's gone. Won't take very long. We do want to start stacking up this dust. Obviously we can get the Celestial Ring with it, but mainly what we want to do for this is get a bunch of stardust so we can get gem packs at some point in the future. Little fact about me, Craft Grow. My least favorite skill in the game is probably crafting. I just don't think it fits as well with other skills as a lot of other ones do. Herblore is probably similar in that it takes such a long amount of time doing random PVM or other random skilling activities, it feels, to get even a part of a level once you get to the 60s, 70s, that I just don't think it fits quite as well with some other stuff like smithing and mining and all that good type of stuff. But that's enough ranting about my dislike of crafting. Let's knock out this star and then continue on our merry way to Temperos. Shooting star completed, and here we are in the ruins of Unka. Quick little pre-grind check. We are sitting at a KC count of 60 Temperos KC, and we have 257 rewards in the pool. Not sure how long we are going to be hanging out here at Temperos, just until we get bored of it. I think for sure we'll go to 100 KC, and then after that we'll kind of see what's in store for us.
I guess also more importantly, as we're here at our first game back, we checked the KC and the rewards, but our stats going in here. We are at 61 fishing, we are at 46 cooking, and if we get any, we are at 18 construction. So those are the stats we're going into Temperos to Electric Bugaloo with. 62 fishing, level 63 fishing. First cooking level coming in, 47. 64 fishing here at Temperos. 65 fishing coming in right there. And that is, and 20 construction. Look at that, levels pouring in. 65 fishing, though, is most important, as that gets us Carambuans. Buans are an excellent AFK thing to have access to, an excellent AFK activity. And this synergizes really well with what we're doing here, because Temperos gives us the fishing barrel, which lets us carry another inventory of fish. So it increases that AFK time. It's 1 out of 400. You can see here we've got some more permits, so 371. We will easily get to 400 by the time we get to 100 Temperos KC. The question is, do we stop there or not? We really don't want to start looting the pool here, until we get into the 70s on fishing levels. The fish you get are just not worth it at those lower levels, the levels we're at right now. So the question that we'll have to decide as we move forward is, what is the balance? Do we want to keep going here and delay our AFK ability? Maybe do something like stars, which is a little bit more difficult since we're such a low mining level right now. Or do we want to say, heck it, and start searching for that fish barrel along with some of the other uniques maybe, but mainly that fish barrel realistically, to allow us to unlock Karambwans after we do just a quick quest. So questions to be considered there, but that is for after we get to 100 Temperas, which we're not at right now.
There's a quick little combat achievement. We have swapped over to doing runs without cooking fish just to test the XP per hour. Previously, we had done an hour of fairly focused Temperas while cooking every fish we caught, and we ended up with about 43k XP per hour at our level. So just curious what the XP an hour is going to be doing it this way. 66 fishing. Okay, and so this was not planned, but it worked out. The next hour got us exactly 100 KC. So, looking up here at the tracker, 53.1 thousand XP an hour. That is 13k an hour more than doing the cooking method. However, the cooking method was yielding us 4, 5, sometimes I think even 6 permits per game. This is yielding at most 2. So a real reduction in permits, which means that we're getting way less on here for 13k XP an hour. Now, I'm not sure what I would prefer to do, what we would want best, rewards or the XP. 13k an hour is a decent amount, but in the scheme of things, it's not all that much. And so if we'll get 3 times the rewards here, and the cost is 1 extra hour to get to the next level, I'm thinking that might be worth it for us to have these rewards, because we really want that fish barrel. We have enough permits to meet the drop rate. It's a 1 out of 400, but we really want that. So if we go dry, of course, which is always a possibility, we need to keep an eye on that. But with that, we are at 100 Temperas KC. Gonna do some thinking about what the next step is here, and we'll keep on gaming. Decision has been kind of made here. We'll see. It is open to change, depending. Look at this Chad here. Amazing. It is open to change, maybe, but I think I want to commit to getting at least to 76 fishing, so that the rewards from the pool are quite a bit better. 76, maybe even 79 fishing. We will see. I'll try to put them up on screen here. But the rewards from the pool depend on your fishing level. There are several static rewards that don't require a fishing level, you know, the main things like the pet, the fishing barrel, other stuff like that. But the fish you get out of here actually get better the more that your fishing level, the higher your fishing level is. And the interesting thing is there's a set quantity for each tier of fish that you're getting. So for each level tier, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of fish you can get. And the bottom low tier of fish is always 30 to 40 noted, 20 to 30, 10 to 20, and so on and so forth. So you get fewer of the better fish, but more of the worse fish. And what that means is that by getting to 76 instead of where we are now, we'll be getting 30 to 40 tuna as the worst drop, instead of 30 to 40 salmon, which is not very useful for cooking and anything. And as you can also see, the XP per permit is quite a bit higher if we wait. So I'm going to try to commit to that. I think we'll do a mix of both cooking and non-cooking games just for some variety. I do want a lot of permits here. I like doing this. I like getting the rewards. The fishing barrel is also something we really want. Wouldn't hate to get the Tome of Water either, and there's a very small chance we get the Dragon Harpoon. So this should be about a 20 to 30 hour grind depending on how we do it. So I guess let's lock in and let's hit some Temperas until we either hit those levels or we're not having fun anymore.
Nice. So one thing I do want to call out here, as this guy asked, that's funny. Recently, just getting 70 fishing here has really been a big boost to XP rates. I knew this scaled a bit with your level, but I didn't realize it was quite this much. So when we're fishing from the pools here, now I'm getting 100 XP drops, 100, 101. I used to be getting in the high 70s, low 80s at the most. Similar when you put things into the ammunition crate there, you get XP drops, and I used to be getting in the 60s, and now I'm getting drops up into the 80s. So once I hit 70, it really took off. So definitely kind of a break point there at the XP per hour we'll get at this level versus the previous ones. So that will shorten this by quite a bit, actually. I think that'll be pretty significant. So just something to keep in mind if you are wanting to do Temperos.
So, a quick check-in here, everybody. As you would have seen from the combat achievements in the previous couple clips here, we did just finish up doing some solo Temperos worlds, and while that is the most efficient way flat out to play this mini-boss, I'm heading back to the mass worlds for this. Some quick math to just kind of show where we were. We have roughly 5 or 6 hours left until our initial goal, and in solo we were getting about 0.9 points per minute, and in Mass Worlds it's about 0.86 points per minute. So the solo worlds would get us an extra between 12 to 20 points during that remaining time if we were playing super effective and super on focus. But I typically want to be watching the new season of Invincible or something else while doing Temperos, and losing even one of those solo games, which can last up to 10 minutes, even just missing one of them because I was distracted by the new TV show or whatever, pretty much wipes out that extra 12 points bonus we would get. So for that reason, we are heading back to Mass Worlds until we finish out this goal. And here we are. We are at 76 fishing, which puts us in a new bracket for rewards pool here. We actually want a little beyond. We're not opposed to getting back to 81, but we want a little beyond 76 fishing because I needed our total searches at the end of this to be a nice even 1,000 because we're all RuneScapers here, we get it. But what we want to do here, pulling these a little bit early, is get some decent fish, and most importantly, we're going to get the Spirit Angler's outfit from this. Judging by the math we did, it should be about 400 pulls, so also the drop rate of the fish barrel. But the main goal here is going to be the fishing, or the Spirit Angler's outfit, so that we can go do our next runs without a rope in the inventory. So let's get to it. But friends, I think that getting to it is best left for the next video. Lots of good progress here as we took on RuneScape's hardest, most difficult boss. If you've stuck around through this whole video, I greatly appreciate it, and I would love a like and subscription. It really helps out. But until then, we will see you in the next one. Stay grinding, everybody.